Hi, I'm going to talk about Serial Season 3, Episode 7. This is kind of my key takeaways of Hermes and Jesse's ongoing participation with law enforcement. I guess not really Hermes, but Jesse. I just think it's insane that though Jesse was going through a really hard time with his girlfriend, surrounding their second child who had just been born, driving on a 9th time suspended driver's license should, just click. I've had my driver's license suspended 9 times. I probably shouldn't drive. And this just totally goes to show me that Jesse does not have his priorities in line. Whether I think he should be a father is not my business, but I don't. I just think, and I mean, he got his 10th. He's at 10 now. He's continued to drive on a suspended license. And yes, I know, I've heard the podcast too, where Emmanuel says that Ohio, it's not easy to get to where you need to be, work, school, childcare, wherever you need to go without a vehicle. But, if you have your priorities aligned and you want to get out of that kind of mess that you put yourself in, you should probably figure out a little loophole about not driving on a suspended license. I don't know. Frustrated me. But it also is insane to me that there are over 40 different ways to get your driver's license suspended in Ohio. I think that Emmanuel was also insanely correct by saying that this is a legal trap that Ohio has figured out and puts people in like that. I mean, 1/10 of the state of Ohio has their driver's license suspended. And not just once. A majority of them have their driver's license suspended 3 times over. Because they keep driving. They just won't stop. And it beats me. I don't know why, but someone needs to start taking some notes over there. Because, I mean, this is a mousetrap that everyone just seems to, be so attracted to. So, I don't know. I love how Hermes's case kind of ended. I mean, though he did get, something, he wasn't charged with resisting. I watched the police body camera footage of Michael Amiot, his use of force, and I don't recommend watching it. It is just brutal. It's inhumane, and it's against all protocol that I know of. But I mean, to hear that he appealed his resignation and is supposed to be back at work, not his resignation, his termination, and will be back to work in the same county is mind-boggling. I think that man is in danger for his own life, because he will be the butt end of a lot of threats because of just the ongoing misconduct that he shows to people. I mean, we hear about a 16-year-old girl in a public library who was slammed on the ground on her face while she was in handcuffs, and Amiot just kept his knee on her the whole time. I don't like this guy. I think that he's a problem, and someone needs to do something about it. But clearly, I mean, one person's on his side, and that's why he's getting his job back. So that's insane. I have here in my notes that Jesse is relentless, just because of the amount of emotions that I was feeling towards him through this first and second episode revolving around his case. I think he's a liar. I think he has definitely gone through a lot of trauma, which is definitely reflected in the way that he treats law enforcement, his retaliation against them, his threats, his boastful ignorance, I think it's just a joke. And yeah, I kind of like that this episode is titled The Snowball, because it is. It totally is. Like, what Jesse is getting himself into and what he has been subjected to is just this ongoing, it seems never ending. But I mean, it just kind of goes to show that, yeah, you can seek settlement from the city. That doesn't mean that you're like cleared from being stopped out with police again. And it's kind of just immediate. Like, Jesse was handed this lump sum of money and then immediately arrested again. And I don't know. I hope that this class that Jesse was sentenced, or this program that Jesse was sentenced to, kind of teaching people how to better interact with law enforcement and criminal justice, does something to him, kind of like triggers a light bulb in his brain to kind of change his ways. But I do feel bad for him, kind of. I mean, he has, like, it seems like death just surrounds this man. But, I mean, like we hear, I think it was like the chief or something, just saying that every time he hears Jesse's name, he kind of holds his breath, just waiting for them to say that he's dead. And I think that's really sad. I think it speaks to Jesse's character, whether, you know, I want it to or not, it does. And it's sad, and I really hope that he figures out a way to kind of mind his own business instead of berating and challenging law enforcement to fight and calling them all of these terrible names. But goodbye.